She stood barely 5 feet tall, clothed in a simple white sari with blue borders, yet her presence reached across continents, touching the hearts of millions. Known to the world as Mother Teresa, she was more than a symbol of charity. She was a force of love and humility who stepped into the darkest places of human suffering, not to judge or to preach, but to serve. Her story is one of relentless compassion, spiritual endurance, and quiet revolution through kindness. Born in Jeze, Gongshe Bojakshiu, in 1910 in Skopje, in what was then the Ottoman Empire, she grew up in a devout Albanian Catholic family. Her early life was marked by tragedy. Her father died when she was just 8 years old. Raised by her deeply religious mother, young Anjeze was taught to see Christ in every person, especially the poor. By age 12, she felt the call to religious life. At 18, she left home for good to join the Sisters of Loreto in Ireland, and soon after, she was sent to India, where she would spend the rest of her life. In Calcutta, she began as a teacher at a girls' school, but the desperate poverty outside the school walls haunted her. Then, during a train ride to Darjeeling in 1946, she experienced what she described as a call within a call, a divine message that she was to leave the convent and serve the poorest of the poor. After receiving permission from the Vatican, she stepped away from her secure life and walked into the slums with no money, no resources, and nothing but faith.
So I gave her a piece of bread. And the little one started eating the bread crumb by crumb. And I said to the child, eat the bread, eat the bread. And she looked at me and said, I'm afraid to eat the bread because I'm afraid when it is finished, I will be hungry again. This is a reality. Maybe we are not hungry for a piece of bread, but maybe there is somebody there in the family who is unwanted, unloved, uncared, forgotten. There is love. Love begins at home. And love to be true has to hurt. And this is what I bring before you. To love one another with great love.
In 1950, she founded the Missionaries of Charity. Her mission began modestly, caring for one dying person at a time, offering love and dignity to those abandoned by society. Her first hospice, Kalighat, welcomed the terminally ill, regardless of religion or background. Hindus received water from the Ganges, Muslims read from the Quran, and Catholics received the last rites. A beautiful death, she said, is for people who lived like animals to die like angels, loved and wanted. Her work soon expanded to include orphanages, clinics for leprosy and AIDS patients, homes for unwed mothers, and schools for street children. By the time of her death, in 1997, the Missionaries of Charity operated in over 100 countries with thousands of sisters and brothers. For her work, she received numerous honors, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. She declined the traditional banquet and asked that the prize money be used to help the poor in India. When asked how people could promote world peace, she replied, simply, "Go home and love your family." But Mother Teresa was not without critics. Some questioned the standard of medical care in her facilities and accused her of glorifying suffering rather than alleviating it. Yet through it all, she remained focused on her mission, to love and serve the unwanted, regardless of race, religion, or social status. Perhaps the most surprising revelation came after her death. Letters she had written over decades revealed a long period of spiritual darkness. For nearly 50 years, she felt no sense of God's presence. She wrote of feeling empty, abandoned, and even doubtful of her faith. And yet, despite that inner torment, she never stopped serving. Her love for humanity was not based on spiritual reward. It was a commitment, a daily decision to be present for the suffering. Mother Teresa died on September 5, 1997. India honored her with a state funeral. The world mourned the loss of a woman who had become a global icon of mercy. In 2016, she was canonized by Pope Francis and declared Saint Teresa of Calcutta. Her legacy lives on, not just in the homes and missions that still operate worldwide, but in the spirit of service she inspired. If her story touched you, subscribe to our channel and share this video with others. As she once said, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. And it's in those small things, those quiet acts of love, that the world begins to change.